Welcome to Living With Me. My name is Dee, and today we're going to be talking about the poverty state of mind. I have been on this journey of personal finance and paying off debt for about 2 months now, and I am not just paying off debt, I'm also trying to think about all the habits that I have lived with so far that brought me into a messy position with money. And as I'm thinking about all of those things, I'm realizing that a lot of it is mental. So number one thing that was really important for me was to identify my wants and what I'm running away from. Instead of buying my happiness, I should have identified that cause and then the effect much earlier. But it's never too late, I'm doing that now. It only took these few months to kind of get that out of the way. So for me, very important, and I think it could be helpful for you too. Identify what you really need and want versus what you're running away from. All right, now that we have this out of the way, I can go through the poverty state of mind items, things, mindsets that you may have, and then if you do, you may identify that you also suffer from the poverty state of mind. So let's go through them. Have you ever heard of the saying, "Oh, life is short, don't be cheap, just do it now, when if not now, you're young," and etc., and so on and so on. Where I come from, that's how we live. We live to the fullest now. Lord knows what will happen tomorrow. And to a certain extent, that is a good attitude because you only have now. Yesterday has gone, tomorrow may never come. But that is truly, I think, one of the one-on-one principles of a poor state of mind. Why? Because yes, we live now, we should make the moment best possible. But trust me, you have many, many days to come, most likely, and many, many years to live. And probably you're raising kids. Probably you need to take care of them. So instead of spending it all now and today or going all in, maybe you should be cheap today because you can save for tomorrow and days to come. So you can down the line live a much, much better quality of life. I've always lived like that. Today, you know. And now I'm 37 years old and I have nothing to kind of put to my name. That is sad. But it's never too late. I'm turning things around. So if you're in the same sauce, please remember, it's never too late because whatever days you have left to live, they better be good quality because today you made a good decision. Does that make sense? I hope so. Another thing that I caught myself thinking about a lot, and that is part of the poverty state of mind in my opinion, is the money comes, money goes. You know, very close to number one. Live today, it's only today, tomorrow may never come. Sure, money comes, money goes. Sometimes money doesn't come, and trust me, it always goes. So I cannot tell you how many times in my life I have managed to pull the money and go and make the money and manage to pay the rent where I a week ago didn't know how to. That's all nice, great, that's survival. At what point do you say it's enough of surviving? I want to live comfortably. Now, comfortable to you may mean something different than comfortable to me. Money comes and money goes is one of the classic poverty state of mind thoughts because it doesn't always come. So why put yourself in that stressful life position where you have to scramble and figure it out last minute? I've been there so many times. It sucks. It truly sucks. And I think with certain adjustments now, you can reassure that down the line you'll have a much better life. I'm working on it. I'm 98% away from the goal, but I've learned that the target is the goal, but the journey is what's going to fix my habits and make me learn things, and that's what matters more, I think. Now, another classic, I think these are all classics, but one of the classics, in my opinion, is the buy now, pay later, especially here in America, where we live on credit and we're just so conditioned to believe that that's normal. Buy now, pay later is such a scam and such a classic poverty state of mind because whenever I've spoken to really, truly wealthy people, especially the old school wealthy people with like old money, they always say if you can't pay for something in cash, you shouldn't be buying it otherwise, putting on a card or getting a loan for it. You'd rather save and be patient, have the money, than buy now, be a credit, and pay later. And I was thinking and researching, and a lot of people out there nowadays say, oh, there's good debt and bad debt. To me, there's no good debt only because I've learned historically that I cannot manage debt. Call me stupid, call me unorganized, whatever it is. Just the idea in my mind that I, let's say, spent $400 to buy fill in the blanks, something, and my next paycheck comes and I'm already receiving $400 less because I have to put towards that debt that I purchased today, like 3 weeks ago or whatever, is so heavy on my mind that I never want to be in that position ever again. I think it's stupid. So, especially on materialistic, unnecessary things, and trust me, most of those things are unnecessary and materialistic. Let me give you a quick story from today. So I was at work and one of my colleagues, my dear colleague, she's an elderly lady, and she says, oh my god, these daughters of mine, they have these phone bills and they're still in my plan. And I said, let's call her Mary. She's not Mary, but let's call her Mary. I said, Mary, why don't you like have them pay for their own phone lines? They're both over 30. One is married, one's engaged and lives with her, blah, blah, blah. And she said, well, they do give me the money, but by the time I figure out what's on this bill and what they've purchased and did they upgrade their phones and added some things like data plans or something, I don't even understand that. She's like, I owe $300 for the past month. That's a lot. And I said, why don't you switch to just like a month-to-month basis type of plan, which I am on. And I've been using it for years. And she said, and this is the message here for you guys. She said, well, no, I want to stick to my Verizon. And she's very theatrical when she speaks. And I know the way she said it to me, she was, half joking, but she wasn't. She literally meant, well, I want to stick to Verizon because we've had this for years. And that made me think, you know how many items we have on our statement, on like our bank accounts that we've spent money on, that we don't know what it is? Subscriptions, certain plans that we pay for that don't serve us anymore. So anyway, I'm steering away. So that's also a poor state of mind, like sticking to something just because you're used to. That's like back in the days when we had landlines. And I remember my family had a landline for years after they got cell phones. And I said, why do you still have a landline? You're still paying for it and you have both cell phones. No one's calling you on the landline. And my dad said, or my mom, or both, oh, but our internet and our cable is on that phone line. I'm like, Mom, Dad, what the heck? You can downgrade. You can keep the internet and the cable and get rid of the landline. And they did, finally. Months or maybe even years after, I don't remember anymore, it happened a while ago, downgraded and got rid of the line. But that's one of the poor mindsets about money. We stick to something because we're used to. In that particular case with my parents, we had that landline phone number for like 30 years or even more. So they were like very, I think I'll die knowing that phone number, right? But they were very attached to it. That's really a poor state of mind because wealthy, truly wealthy people, they don't get attached to any materialistic thing so much, because if the other thing makes them more money, they'll switch. So just saying, I'm not wealthy, I don't know, I'm just learning, but I have analyzed enough to know, and I want to apply these things to my life too. Okay, another one, another classic. Buy today for 40% off, or holiday sales, or Black Fridays, blah, 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 blah. At least if you're in America, and I'm 98% positive anywhere else in the world too, you'll find sales throughout the year, almost every month. Especially in the United States of America. We have sales for the stupidest stuff. Okay, so I would not fall for that crap. 30, 20, 10, whatever, 80, 70 sometimes % off. I just don't fall for that anymore. Don't fall for that, and don't fall for, oh, last day of sale. Trust me, those sales will happen. Such a poverty state of mind classic. Oh my god. They're just, psychologically, it's even been proven. They just want you to have the state of mind of like, the scarcity. Oh my god, limited. I mean, remember when the pandemic happened? What happened to stores with toilet paper and stuff? The heck? Out of all the things you're running after toilet paper, don't you use water? Anyway, sorry. I mean, I wanted it too, but I'd rather go and fetch bread or butter or something that will, make me survive if really shit hits the fan. You know what I mean? So like, don't fall for those. These are just gimmicks, And if you really have an eye on something, have the money saved in cash. Like I really want a good cordless vacuum. I really want a good one, but the one that I want is like at least $800. That's a lot of money for me now. And yes, I want it, but I'm going to save for it once I'm out of debt and have an emergency fund and blah, blah, blah. And yes, then maybe I will look for a day where there's an extra big sale, maybe Black Friday or something. Because I really want it, I wanted it for a long time. But just now, because it is, I'm not going to go out of my way to do it because I know another sale will come. And trust me, it will. Don't fall for that. Wealthy people truly don't do that. This one is very personal. Buy more of something to reach a certain amount so you can get free shipping. When I had Amazon Prime, I just purchased left and right because by default you get free shipping, right? Now that I don't have Amazon Prime, I did purchase a few things that I needed, but then I was kind of, let's say 5, 6, 10, whatever amount of dollars away from the free shipping. And by the way, you need to have $35 in your cart to be eligible for free shipping. Let's say I'm $5 away. Now I'm going to buy something. Sometimes even I'm $1.15 or just 80 cents away from the free shipping. I'll go and look for something to buy that will give me the free shipping. There's nothing on Amazon for 80 cents or $1 to buy. So I would end up purchasing something way more expensive. So I would go and purchase something else to add to the cart to be eligible for free shipping. The other day, I really needed something. Oh yes, I was purchasing a gift for my son's friend and the gift was $25. I budgeted $30 for the gift. I'm now X amount of dollars away from 35, right? So $10, right? And I go there and I'm thinking, oh, actually I could need fill in the blanks, which is $10. I'm like, okay, let me add that in. And then I added it in and then I realized that yes, I'm now free of paying for shipping, but my whole total amount is bigger. My tax amount is bigger. Versus if I just paid $25 plus shipping, right? That would be what? 31. Yeah, 31. Math. Yes, I would pay $6 for shipping, but my total would be 31, maybe 33 after tax. That's still $33 versus my card was now $45, I believe, plus tax. So I saved there at least $3 to $5. This math is not right because I don't remember the exact amounts, but you get the gist. Yes, it hurts to see that you're paying for shipping, but the total amount after you get free shipping is bigger, so you're spending more money plus tax. And I've tested this now a few times lately and I'm not falling for that anymore. Either I'm waiting to really need a few things that will be 35 or above, things that I really need, or I'll wait until I really need something to add into the cart to hit 35, or I'll just pay for the damn shipping because I don't want to need stuff anymore. And truly, now that I started budgeting, I need way less than I thought I do. So, poor people mindset number whatever, buying new gadgets whenever they come out. So, the amount of people that I see in my friends circle and beyond that just upgrade their phones because it's in my plan, I get a phone, whatever, is huge. I know it sounds great, you get a new phone every time a new one comes out, and I assume you guys pay something, you still have to pay something to get the upgrade. That's already a no for me, but also knowing that it's not your device is something about this doesn't sit well with me. Something about just getting a new thing because it's out there while this one is perfectly fine irks me. Same with watches, same with laptops, same with cars, same with anything really. I just called it gadgets, but it could be anything. It's very consumerish and very unnecessary, I think. Clear your counters, clean your work surfaces and desks. Trust me, you don't need as much stuff as you think you need. I regret almost every purchase that I made just because I was, again, running away from something and I thought I needed something. Don't fall for that. Rich people or wealthy people, I don't like the word rich for some reason. I probably don't like the word because rich, in my opinion, sounds like money rich versus wealthy. Sounds like a person that's wealthy on multiple levels. In their mind, with their family, in their work, in their bank account, in their worldview, in the way they treat people. And I think that's the main goal. I want to be wealthy in every aspect of my life. And I think without clearing and cleaning all these habits, things that I just spoke about, clutter, mental clutter, physical clutter, is very important to kind of finally be at the point where you can start over and say, I am wasting money for nothing. None of this stuff matters. Okay, I hope you got something out of this video. If you identified yourself as someone who has a poverty state of mind, welcome to the club. But it is curable, I think. You can change your minds and your habits about everything, really. So thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe if you like this video. And I hope to see you in my next video. Have a great night and stay safe out there.